Hello, thanks for coming. My name is Dr. David Hayes. I'm at Eastern Kentucky University. Today I'm presenting some work that is the subject of the master's thesis work of Logan Phelps. He'll be defending his thesis in a few weeks here. Today I'm going to be talking about molecular phylogenetics of interior highland Fusconaia and how it reveals evidence of ancient stream capture in the western Ozarks. This work was funded by the Missouri Department of Conservation. Our co-authors, Scott Faiman and Steve McMurray, did most of the legwork in collecting specimens for this study. We also received support from Eastern Kentucky University, and most of the specimens that I'll be talking about today have been deposited in the Arkansas State University Museum of Zoology. So here's an image of Ozark pigtoes. No matter where you work with in freshwater mussels in eastern North America, you've probably cursed them from time to time, and the streams of the Ozarks are no different. Traditionally, we recognize two lineages, Fusconaia ozarkensis and Fusconaia flava, as well as Pluribema syntaxia. So I'm going to focus in on this lineage that was discovered by Burdink and White in 2007. They found this F8 and F9 haplotypes in Kansas and Missouri in museum specimens. And in the past, they've been considered representatives of Fusconaia flava, but based on current data, it seems like this might be a unique lineage or a cryptic species. In 2018, Inoue et al. Also included specimens collected from the Illinois River in Arkansas, which also correspond to this lineage. So there's been two names suggested for this lineage, Fusconaia hebetata, which has priority in terms of being the oldest name. However, the type locality is very vague, just Missouri. And then also the name Fusconaia samsoniana, the elevation of a subspecies of Fusconaia flava, which has a much more specific type locality of the Elk River in Missouri. So here are our genetic results. We find for the most part that these lineages of Fusconaia in the Ozarks do not co-occur with one another. In the bottom right of the tree, you can see that Fusconaia samsoniana hebetata clade, we don't really find structuring between the Missouri River tributaries and the Arkansas River tributaries. So this disjunction can be explained by piracy or drainage capture. So the upper Smoky Hill River at one time actually flowed south into the Arkansas River Basin via this McPherson channel. But glacial outwash changed the course, and then it joined into the Missouri River basin. This is a pattern that we see with fish and other mussels such as Lampsilus raffinesciana. Another interesting aspect of this cryptic lineage is that it's placed with species that are found in drainages that go into the western Gulf, so mainly Texas. This map here may explain that. This route of the Taze River going through northern Missouri and through Kansas and Oklahoma. It's a rather new hypothesis and would be quite different from previous hypotheses that typically show the Taze River hitting Missouri and then moving south into the Mississippi River. But if it did follow this course, this data would likely support that. So some future work, we have morphological data on this, some geometric morphometrics, but we need to get the types in hand to include them, and we might be able to place the hebetata and samsoniana type specimens. We also want to do some divergence time estimates and do some further sampling in Kansas and Oklahoma to determine if this lineage is extant there. And then we also plan to submit a petition to the FMCS name subcommittee for recognition and to determine the official epithet. And as for a common name, I've lately been liking the name the Osage pigtoe in honor of the tribes that inhabited the area where this species occurs, as well as the ecoregion, the Osage Plain. So thanks for listening.